politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Rockingham and Bellows Falls. It's Mike Smith and Marty Gallagher. We're here today with David Stearns. We'll be following up on our month-long tribute to P. And
I'm pleased to be here.
It could be worse. At least it's just P.
It could be worse. But first, Marty with local events.
So, playing at the Bellows Falls Opera House from the 17th to the 28th is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania. I think that says it all, pretty
I
much.
think so.
If you like
A fair amount of mania.
A fair amount of
Yes.
mania with bugs.
Right.
So there we go. Classic movie tonight is Top Hat, which is really a classic movie because that's
that
Ginger
is.
Rogers, Fred Astaire. That is sponsored by Friends of the Rockingham Library, and I think there's an ability to maybe have free triple ups tonight.
think
I
so.
saw something
Yeah, I saw
about it.
that
I just
too.
saw it, so I don't know the exact details. But I think if you probably go to the Friends of the Library Facebook page, or you can,
I
you
think
can
if
get more
you,
details.
I think if you join up with
join
the Friends of the
Library.
Opera House or the Friends of the
Library.
Library, then you get a free triple up.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's a win-win.
Yeah.
This coming Saturday at the library, speaking of the library, there will be a chat with the local state representatives from Windham County. So Leslie Goldman and Michelle Boslin will be representing the House. And then Nader Hashim and Wendy Harrison are the senators. So from 10:30 to 11:30 at the Rockingham Library, probably up in the meeting room on the third floor. If you have questions, if you just want to hear what's going on in the state government, stop by. Continuing with the Ray Masuko series of concerts, Steel Wheels will be playing on Friday, April 7th, and Chris Smithers will be playing on Saturday, September 23rd. Both of those concerts have tickets available at the Bellows Falls Opera House, and I'm going to guess both of those concerts are probably going to sell pretty
would
well.
think they'll
So I
sell
would
out,
buy my tickets early. Same thing with Smells Like Nirvana, a Nirvana tribute band coming on Thursday, May 18th. I'm going to guess that's going to be a pretty popular event as well.
If you like the smell of
If you like the smell of Nirvana. But if you don't like the smell of Nirvana and you prefer the smell of pee, then the
Then
ultimate
what?
event coming to the Opera House is Urinetown.
There it is, Urinetown the musical. So we've been working on this since we started actually formal rehearsal the beginning of January. You may have seen online some shots of the set.
It's amazing.
Quite a production. We are very excited both about where we are in this amount of time and the show itself. It is a hysterical satire. It has amazing music. Honestly, I sort of dismissed it at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you're in town.
Really?
I mean, just the title
Yes,
had me
well, I
a little
think
like,
that's
do I want to do this? And when I started listening to the music, I was on a drive home. And by the time I got to the Act One finale, which is an incredible piece of musical theater, I said, all right, we will do this one next. So it's funny, and the music is great, and we have a great crew, and we're just very excited about it.
You're in town. Like, doesn't give you much information. What's the storyline?
So the storyline is...
Do we want to do a promo? Do we want to show that first?
maybe we
and then
should
come
show
back
that.
to
Well, no, let me show
Okay.
this. I'll do the storyline, and then, because it'll help people
that'll
that are
help people
watching
understand
this.
the promo.
So it takes place in a dystopian future, where there's been a 20-year drought, which is starting to seem
Yeah,
feasible.
this is not...
And as a result, for preserving water measures, nobody can have a private toilet anymore. So you have to go to a public amenity to relieve yourself, and there's a company in charge of them that charges ever-increasing fees to allow you to pee. So eventually, it's a revolution story.
Uh-huh.
We have
Les
our
Mis.
young Bobby Strong, who just decides it can't go on anymore. His father opens the show by breaking the law and peeing out in public.
Ah.
And Urinetown is the place you're sent if you break the law. And I can't tell you any more about that. But about what happens to you if you break the law. But so there's revolution. There's the evil bad guy, Caldwell B. Cladwell, who runs You're in Good Company.
You're in good company.
So with that, You're in Good Company, I think we could segue, because it's a message from You're in Good Company, our little trailer.
Okay.
This was a rogue piece. Put one of our cast members, just as a surprise to me, said, I'm going to make a trailer. And here it is.
And here it is.
Hello, fine citizens. I address you tonight with a shocking yet indisputable truth. The very fabric of our community is being threatened by a rabble-rousing presence of unlawful peers. These people could be hiding in plain sight. They could even be in your neighborhood. The unlawful peers could be your kindly mailman. Perhaps she could be the woman window shopping downtown. Or maybe this here beatnik loitering on a street corner. The truth is, no one is above the law. Not even you, Martha May. Remember, these regulations are in place to keep the pee off the street and the water in the ground. The UGC needs you, the law-abiding citizen, to expose these unlawful peers so me and my men can exile these ne'er-do-wells to Urinetown, where they belong. Taking care of the yellow so you can stay mellow.
Well, that was very well done.
Wasn't that good fun?
That's amazing.
So it's very, very playful. That's sort of in the spirit of the satire of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very playful lyrically. I mean, this guy is motivated. He has to follow his heart. Our hero who has a revolution, he's told by his soon-to-be girlfriend that he should just follow his heart, and his heart tells him what to do. And then he sings a song, "Look in the sky." The sky has helped him live into his. And there's a heart in the sky. There just is. Don't ask why. It's the sky. So that kind of deep thinking is what gets us.
I always love when you come on and give us these little synopses of the shows that you do, because then when I go to your show, I feel like I have I'm looking at it through a different lens.
A little bit of
a more like educated lens, or maybe like looking for certain things, as opposed to just like, kind of like.
Good. That was
nice. That was good. That was
tune
nice.
and
Good song. But
easy to
I don't
dance
know.
to
It just
and-
makes.
Well, this storyline it's pretty simple. People need to pee, they have to pay, and if they don't pay, they've broken the law and they get in big, big trouble. They're sent to Urinetown. Revolution, bad guy.
There's a love interest.
Oh, there's a love interest. And then, well, I mean,
everything.
It doesn't all, can't all end happily.
But I think it does sort of end happily, though, doesn't it?
Sort
Don't tell
of.
me it's a
Spoiler
sad
alert! You
ending.
probably
I
can't
mean,
say.
it's a sad ending you will laugh at.
Spoiler alert! You
So,
can't tell.
I can't.
Oh.
I mean, there's so many ways for things to be sad, and also not. So I've given
true.
nothing.
That's
You have
true.
no idea. Maybe you'll just be sad that it ended. You'll
That's
be
true.
sitting
That's the
there
other-
going,
And you'll be like,
"This is it."
That's all.
I'm gonna go again tomorrow
It's
night.
a little bit shorter than some of our. It's
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like being 2 hours, maybe a tiny bit under.
So how do you decide? Do you decide to do the show and then you bring it to the company? Do you have like a general?
We have a
tell us
general
about that
meeting.
process.
People talk about the shows that they want to do for next year, and then we see sometimes the shows that we want are not available. You have to pay rights, and if they're going on tour or if they're on Broadway or
Right.
planning something, so they're not available. I've been wanting to do Les Mis for a few years, and it's not available.
You did Les Mis though, right?
Years ago,
Yes,
years
I thought.
ago, it
At
was
Main Street
available.
Arts, yeah.
Not anymore.
So once they're out touring it again, then they don't make it available.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Fiddler had this thing of the Yiddish Fiddler has been touring, so we were thinking about doing Fiddler this past year, but Not that. There's also a move. There's a movement in the company for Shrek the musical.
You had planned that, I thought.
We
at one
did,
point.
and
Yeah.
they are they're especially the people that were casting it are very eager. But it fell during COVID,
Right.
so
Right.
it's a very big. I'm a little afraid of the expense. They're all telling me
Yeah,
now. They're like,
I've-
"You built this, you can build anything."
Well, it does seem that you can, because
you've
for
done
anyone
such an
that's never
amazing
been
job.
to your production, that's like 90% of the joy of it is seeing the sets that you guys
Yeah.
come up with.
Well, the
Concrete.
lava pits and the dragon and the
Yeah.
town, the city
Oh,
of Duloc
pish tosh, you
and the
could do
forest
that.
and oh my God,
Lava pit, not a problem.
lava pit. How
Solo,
hard can
solo
that be?
stove, solo
So
stove.
yeah. Just hop around a lot like you're
Yeah,
burning.
yeah,
How
not
hard
a
can it
problem.
be? So anyway, come see Urinetown is my advice to you. It is. I am
When is it
super
playing?
excited. It is playing March 24th. We open. It runs 2 weekends. Closes April 1st. So there are 8 shows. I think you'll have a great.
Yeah.
You'll have a great time.
How are ticket sales going so far?
You know, I pleasantly don't know.
Oh, there you go. You haven't looked?
I have not looked, which usually when we get into the last couple of weeks,
You start to look.
then I look too much. But I'm avoiding that for now.
I think it's going to sell out.
It might. It is a. I mean,
It's just.
we're doing the whole thing this year. The banner over Main Street, the kit and caboodle, and we are having the P station from
Rich Earth Institute.
Rich Earth Institute. If you want to recycle your urine, you can come to Urinetown and
And do-
try that out. You know,
Yeah, they were
all
here.
things urine.
They were here last week, and they're pretty excited to be
Yeah.
collaborating with you.
Yeah, they're really fun. Actually, they're nice people. So.
And
All
it does
good.
seem like we're going more. You call it a satire, but it's sounding more like a documentary.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yes.
No, this
No.
is full on fun. Actually, I
I'm
went
just
for this
saying,
show.
It sounds like the truth is coming to Urinetown, and Urinetown is coming.
To the truth.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I will say there's something oddly. There's a dark underbelly to this hysterical show. If you really look at the last line of the show is he yells out, "Hail Malthus!" And if you look up Malthus and Malthusian philosophy, what you're going to find is this belief that we are going to overpopulate and destroy the earth and everything is going to go down in flames. And
Now we're getting a little dark.
and
Well,
then-
that's the
but you know, they sort of laugh their way to that,
Right.
which I mean,
That's the point of satire.
that seems
right?
to be where we are right now. So, anyway, there
Yeah.
you go. That is the point
That's
of satire.
that's what makes satire.
We try and
yes.
make
We
dark
take
truths
dark-
happen while you're barely paying attention.
Yes.
So tell us. So obviously you have your cast for this show, but how do people get involved with Wild Goose if they wanted to
Oh,
help
I
out?
love her question.
She does. She's,
Yeah, I mean,
She
all the
doesn't
things
use
I wish I
AI.
said.
I don't even use AI to generate.
she
Oh
didn't
my
use
God.
AI once.
Wow.
Not today, anyway. We
Yeah.
tried it last week.
So our biggest mission, really, I don't know what our biggest mission is. We love doing the art and producing, and we love the community aspect of bringing. We've got something like 150 something volunteers at this
Nice.
point,
Wow,
and a lot of them come a lot.
Uh-huh.
So it's been the reason we're so far ahead on the set this year.
Mm-hmm.
There have been 8-10 people every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4,
Wow.
coming to the Opera House to build and paint, and that's for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people can't hire people, so I feel pretty good
I was
about
gonna say, all
what
the restaurants
about
are
what
Yeah.
we're doing.
They can't get staff,
But we love that sort of participatory. Come play with us. You can just stop by Wild Goose. If you go to our website,
Where is Wild
wildgoose.com,
Goose?
Wild Goose is right in town. We have a storefront on Westminster Street, right in the center of Bellows Falls, and
Right next to the stairs, right?
right across this, right next to the stairs, across from the Flatiron. And which is very convenient for early morning.
Yeah.
I would
bet.
imagine.
And if you go to wildgooseplayers.com, I want to get involved, and you can tell us a little bit more, and we'll get in contact. And we've got a bunch of people that
That's awesome.
have just walked in off the street to make things wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I think that says a lot about the company and your productions and what you do for the community. I think that it's great to have, especially after the years that we had, to have a place where people can get involved. And
It's fun to be together,
yeah,
is what we remember. And when you make something, I think what we do, the way we hold people, is by making something that really passes what people thought they could do, and what you can do individually, and do that collectively and feel a part of something. I imagine, I always think of the great cathedrals. I imagine what it would have been like, although there were slaves back then, but we won't talk about that right now. When they made, because a lot of communities just built up around those great
Right,
churches,
exactly.
and they would work for literally 100 years
Right.
to make
build
this
that
thing
church.
that is, and will be for many, many, many moons, this icon of beauty. That's a reason to get up in the morning.
so if you didn't have your hands full with this production,
What would I do?
what would you do? Would
I
you plan a
start
festival?
A music festival. That's so funny. That is what we're. So really, this is a Bellows Falls Rotary, and that's why Marty, who's the Bellows Falls Rotary president, knows all about it. We are working together with the Rotary to create, and I'm looking at the.
I love the poster. The
poster,
the Monterey Woodstocky feel.
Very, very Peter Max.
Yeah.
A new music festival, exactly in the weekend that used to be Roots on the River, and bringing it right into town, and hopefully we're going to be doing it at the Waypoint Center and thereabouts. Maybe if it gets bigger, which it might, it'll use the Robbie Field on the island and so on like that. But trying to bring people and business to Bellows Falls and get food trucks, and it's going to be, when you think music festival, that's why
Right.
the name, and it's called the BFF, which is a cute little. We're friendly.
We are a friendly community.
Also Bellows Falls Festival.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think your big epiphany was your big driving force was to get the festival in town, to really have that much more interaction with. And I know Roots, when it was Roots Weekend, you definitely saw people that were going to Roots, shopping downtown, eating downtown,
right.
whatever. But to have it in town, walkable for people that want to come, I think is a huge.
Well, I think even Ray at parts of it, he would have groups would be at stage 33, and a group would be on the back porch of Popolo, and then I remember going into the Waypoint Center and seeing some of the groups.
He did spread it out, and that was something that we decided to keep it small this year.
Yeah,
but there was some, we could. The idea is you got to start small and then grow it each year, and
it's not yet a 3-day festival. It's a
and we're not
festival.
thinking Woodstock.
But I will say it's a nicely packed, full of great music day.
Oh, do you have an idea of the band?
We do.
Oh.
Should we say?
Should we,
No.
Is it shareable, or
No,
is
I
it
don't think
too
I don't know
early?
if it's shareable. Is it too early? Are we locked in?
Well, what do you
We're
think?
locked in. We maybe we can tell them the headline.
There we go. We're locked in with a headliner.
Sarah Borges and the Broken Singles out of Boston.
Wow.
It's a great band. We're not in a position to book Aerosmith.
Yeah, right,
But
yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
But Sarah Borges is a great band. I saw her play in Portland when I was out there, but she plays all around nationally. And it looks like our second band will be the Mammals.
Really?
Yes, which are another excellent band.
Yeah.
So mark your calendar for
Right.
June 10th.
June 10th.
Saturday, June 10th. Be there or
and then we're
be
doing
somewhere else.
Local bands as openers. We have three local bands as openers. We
At
haven't locked
least
them
three.
down. At least three.
We've sort of locked in 3.
Great.
But we have to save something to talk about.
Yes.
We do. So we'll.
Because you will be coming back to talk about
Yeah.
this.
About the
When we have
BFF.
many
Yeah.
more
Oh, yeah,
details
yeah.
on it,
We're gonna
but
talk
Yeah.
constantly
biggest thing
about
is to just get people aware that it's happening because it's brandy new.
Yeah.
Lock
yeah.
in that weekend, and there will be alcoholic beverages.
Yep.
There will be food.
Yep. There's 2 food trucks at the moment, but hopefully at least 1 more.
That's great.
We have a lot of time still.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
do.
A lot of time.
I would think that would be a good market for people to come. I mean, I would think food trucks would
Yeah, food
flock
trucks
from
would.
all
Yeah,
over.
that's what I would. Let us pray.
We do have a tent should there be inclement weather.
Yeah, and the Waypoint Center is this beautiful covered area
Yeah.
for the bands and bathrooms and blah, blah, blah. So it just seems great.
Yeah, it does.
Wild Goose has, I hope, the infrastructure, all we need for sound and lighting, and we are going to light the Sarah Borges show at night. So it'll be, I hope, a real rockin'
Yeah.
spectacle.
Great.
And it's you got water, you got everything.
You got everything. You've
Everything.
got everything.
You've got everything. No, we're really hoping.
Hopefully people will stay out of the water, though.
Yeah, that's true, out of the canal. We're really hoping.
That could be
That's a
wicked down there, you know. That's,
Getting
there's
wild.
a current on
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, we're just hoping to have, I think a lot of people miss Roots. They miss that kind of something to look forward to, and we're not creating the same exact thing, but we're hoping to make it a festival that happens every year and goes a little bit bigger every year.
Good. Excellent.
So we'll be back on with more, specifics,
about
the
that later.
lineup and the ticket prices and where to get tickets. We're still figuring that out a little bit. Yeah.
There's, I mean, there's still a lot to do between now and June, but feels
That's
like we
not
got a
far
good
away.
running start.
Well, the biggest thing is I think that was getting the lineup set
Getting
up.
the lineup.
Lineup set up the time. Tomorrow we're doing a site visit to kind of,
Oh, okay.
block things.
Yeah.
Figure
Figure
out
out-
what the layout will
Right,
be.
right.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can. How would you put? Which way would you orient
Yeah,
the
exactly.
performers? How do
Yeah.
you want the audience set up? Where's the beer tent?
Right.
All the important
Where'd the food
things.
trucks
Where the
go?
food trucks go.
Yeah,
How to get people to flow. And
yeah. I'm sure if it's like everything else, we will learn a lot the first year.
I think we. I think that's
More
probably
than you
going to be the
probably
case,
wanted
more than we
to.
wanted to know. So we're down to about 3 minutes. So best place for people to get tickets.
Only one place to really
There
get
you go.
tickets, the Bellows Falls Opera House website. But if you go to our website at wildgooseplayers.com, there are links hopefully in a number of places. But it's just through the Bellows Falls Opera House, and they have a wonderful ticketing website. So,
They do. They have a really easy to use ticketing website.
yep.
So besides Urinetown and BFF, you've got anything else in the hopper?
We have a new play workshop that we do every month. We have a New York City playwright coming in March. So every month we do a brand new play that we read together with the playwright present and sort of workshop those. One of those plays is going to be in performance with Wild Goose called Claire in the Chair in the Cemetery. It's about this woman who has a twin, and to let her twin live the life she thinks she wants without her there, she goes to her grave and waits to die in the cemetery. It's very funny, believe it or not. It's very funny. I have a dark
Strange
sense of humor,
humor.
apparently, but it's very funny. And we're doing the Velveteen Rabbit this summer.
Oh, nice.
The location for that might be the Waypoint Center, and it might be somewhere else. So we're waiting before we. But that'll be like 2 weeks after our festival. The Velveteen Rabbit will open, and it's free for kids and families and everyone.
yeah.
So,
that's going to be another tradition, though, too. Didn't you do a summer?
Yep, this
children's
is our
summer?
third summer children's
Because
show.
Frog
in
and
a row.
Toad was the first one.
Frog
right?
and Toad was the first. Last year we did a cabaret, a kids cabaret, and this year we're doing the Velveteen Rabbit because
Nice.
it's 100 years of the Velveteen Rabbit. As
Oh, how about that?
I think that is so neat that you do that, because a lot of times local kids especially might not get a chance to really see a live play.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun. The cabaret was fun last
quickly
year.
to say we're doing for the umpteenth year in a row our free student matinee for Urinetown. So on Wednesday before we open, or it might be Tuesday because BF couldn't make Wednesday, we're having literally like a full packed auditorium of school
Oh, that's
kids
even that is so
come to
that
see
is even more
Urinetown
cool.
on the house. So
That's awesome.
because they don't get to see.
Right. I mean,
Not
I
everybody's
don't-
running to Broadway.
That's right.
No.
All right.
We
well,
are that.
I think we've done another 25 minutes.
25
Bang
minutes
up
we
job.
have. Bang up
Yes.
job. So get your Urinetown tickets
Get
and
your
save the
Urinetown
date
tickets.
for BFF.
Amen.
Amen. See
Thank
you next
you,
week.
Dana.
I'm making a lot of prayer
Yes.
mentions.
All right. See you next week.
Bye,
Hail
community.
Malthus.
Hail Malthus!
What?
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike